Start! Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming to the stream that answers the question. Why will need later arrested? This is the second stream of the day, ladies, gentlemen, and bees. We are doing a lot. Hey. Sorry, I am like a minute late. I know the countdown went off. How have you been? How have you been dealing? It's been a pain. I understand. You know what's up? Everything is fucked up. What did you eat? I ate a sandwich. What did you eat? Ooh, I hope. I need an energy drink to sponsor this because I drink one nearly every single stream. How's going right now? Yes, I do drink energy drinks, Spooky. I just tell you not to because I am old. I am Unk. Unk is fine. Oh, guys. You have no appetite. Oh, I'm sorry. I understand. Yes, I'm flaming you for drinking 3 Red Bulls a day. I don't drink 3 Red Bulls a day. Plus, I am directly on what's the word for it? Like energy meds, methylphenidate. I'm on way worse shit than energy drinks. But my brain isn't growing anymore. Yours is. You see the difference? My brain chemistry has settled by by 2 years ago. No, 4 years ago now. Fuck, I'm old. Fuck, I am old. Yes, brains grow until you're 26. So it is very much not recommended to drink energy drinks until you're at least 22. Bro, your face grows. You do realize that your brain doesn't stay constant. You get more smarter. You get even smarter as you grow. But that requires you to not like drink stimulants. That's what I was trying to tell you. What is this? What is this? What is this news opened up recently for me? I identify as a 36-year-old Chinese man with a wife and 2 kids. I think everyone needs to start identifying as Chinese eventually when this government falls. But I understand what you're identifying as, but identifying as a Chinese man while being young and definitely not 36 is going to affect your brain growth. No, if I identify Israeli, I would be better for me. No, it will not. No, it will not. See what is happening in the world right now. Identifying as Israeli just gets you shat on. Like, nobody likes Israelis anymore, at least. In America, even in America, they are not liked. In Israel, they are not liked. Plus, you're brown. So, like, you'd be on, like slave level Israeli if you go there right now. Identifying as Israeli. I would get top position in Hollywood. No, not anymore. Not anymore, sadly. Not anymore. Everything is fine. I know. I know. You can thank the Israeli government for it. They are doing all the negative propaganda they can against themselves. I'm not even joking. Israeli government and the Zionist regime loves anti-Zionism in other countries. I know. Oh, I know. Should I actually reduce the volume here? Maybe I should. Yes, against themselves. So Israel benefits from Israel benefits from anti-Semitism in the West. Because then they can be like, look, even your countries are not safe. The only place around the world that is safe for Jews is in Israel. That's what they have been doing since the longest time. There is a great interview by Basim about how many false flags Israel has done, which it recently has been like, no, it was us. Around the world, to increase anti-Semitism. Maybe might be bad for some people. No. What? FA or anti-Semitism? Anti-Semitism kills people. Anti-Semitism is something that is not very good. It is a form of discrimination. It is a form of racism. But the Zionist regime depends on the racism to consider themselves as the only safe place for Jews. Israel does not benefit from Judeophobia in the West. This is giving credence to the idea that Judeophobia, anti-Semitism is a problem when it's not. No, Israel does benefit from anti-Semitism, Jeff Tist. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. The entire narrative around Zionism is that Israel is the only safe place for Jews. How do you think? Okay, there has been historic momentum here, as historic reasons as well for a minute. I'm aware I was confused when you said anti-Zionism. Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. So, within the 1950s, 1960s, there is something known as offensive Zionism, which was an external policy that Israel took up. It basically entailed was it will go and attack every single place around itself to increase anti-Semitism within those regions. Like they would go out and bomb Iraq and be like, this is the Jewish country doing it. Like around that time, they were also doing false flags. When it go out and bomb like what is the like holy place for Jews, the Jewish temples, and they'll be like, look, Jewish places are only safe if they are in Israel. So come here and be part of. That's how Mizrahi Jews, which were the Arabic Jews, moved from Iraq, Iran, etc., into Israel in the first place. In America, the narrative that Israel is the only safe place for Jewish people is dependent on how anti-Semitic Americans are against its own Jews. This is why it is so important to separate anti-Semitism from anti-Zionism, because anti-Semitism is propagated and used by the Zionist regime itself to propagate this idea that why Israel needs to exist, on why Israel's actions are justified, because they use anti-Semitism as a shield to do horrible crimes in the background. That's the reason why, like, you require anti-Semitism, and this is verified. You can check this out. This is not just something I'm just saying out of my ass. None of this is not checkable. Go check this out. Like, I'm being very serious. Like, it is the entire thesis of Israel is based on the fact that they keep saying, what would you? Because they keep saying like anti-Semitism is anti-Zionism and anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. Anyway, that aside, I mean, the action effect of it. The only worry is by looking at my friends who just blame Jews now for... Yes, I know, that is a problem in India. That is an extreme problem in India. I've seen a lot of creators actually blame Jews instead of Israelis. I mean, action of the few affect the image. Yes, exactly. But that's what they're depending on. Would you say recently leftists are having... Yes, Indian leftists especially. I have seen so many use slurs, use emojis, use like dog whistles against Jewish people when they are not even affected. I mean, my friends, depends on Instagram for every political, social problem. So yeah, I mean, it's not just like Instagram, it's also Twitter. It is also people watching Sneeko a lot. It is also people watching, like, I don't know, Andrew Tate, for example. Or like Nick Fuentes. Surprisingly, Nick Fuentes is anti-Semitic. He's not anti-Zionist. Tucker Carlson, for example. All of these people are there to promote anti-Semitism. I know only one person, IRL, that uses Twitter. I mean, you're young as well. I mean, everyone my age uses Twitter. That is the main source of information, which is a problem. Albeit. Would you... Yeah, I mean, I have seen so many content creators right now that are at this point, like, I used to text people in the DMs like, hey, that is anti-Semitic, that's not anti-Zionist, there's a difference. It was more because apparently someone I thought who was sensible mostly still are saying anti-Semitism isn't real and these conspiracy theories are true. Yes, I know. There's no such thing as anti-Semitism on the left, though, whether you are talking about Twitter or otherwise. What do you mean? Anti-Semitism, I have seen it. What are you talking about? Like, I'm genuinely asking you. I have seen people be completely anti-Semitic when the matter pertains to anti-Zionism. Like, being very serious with you. Like, the timing, Lemo. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you are these leftists, sure. I mean, hold on for a second. I need to adjust my chair. My chair is officially dying. Are these leftists? See, the thing is, it doesn't matter if they're true leftists. It matters if the broader world sees them as a leftist. Like one of the best thesis, like one of the things I keep saying is like wherever you find me, like Congress isn't the left. Congress isn't the left. Or things like, oh, even if CPIM is at best center left. Very young leftist, so you are actually spot on. Thank you. Thank you so much. The problem here is that we are not talking in a bubble, right? We are not talking in a bubble. We are not talking to people who are like just like us, have the same understanding as us. We are trying to advocate to people who are normies, political normies. They don't know who Marx is. They think Lenin is a type of cloth. These people think Congress is the left or AAP is the left. And when the promoters of these or Appians or Congresses or even just normal, liberal, all of those kind of people, Lenin is a type of cloth. That's linen. Linen is a type of cloth. Lenin was a leader. There's a difference, Pookie. See what I mean? So when like you talk about like certain Twitter personalities, normally I would, yes, I know Lenin was a Russian revolution. Yes, USSR. I would differentiate it from Russia. But that's my point. That's my point. You ask them who was Lenin, they'll say it's a type of cloth. That is my point. The point that I'm here trying to make is, but a lot of these leftists on Twitter, who are leftists for the normies, will go out and like use like the juice emoji, will like talk about anti-Semitism and promote anti-Semitism. They'll be like, oh, it's always the Jews. They'll portray the caricature of like a Jewish person doing stuff. And the issue here is that when you're doing that stuff in India, say in America, say wherever, you are giving credence to Israel and you're agreeing with Israel that the only safe place for Jews is in Israel. That's why they can do a genocide. The genocide they're doing is cool. The atrocities they're doing is cool. Their fight with Iran is validated because what you are basically telling them that no matter what happens, Jews are never safe in any other country other than Israel. That's what you're telling them. It's like how the Indian government is using Hindu phobia to murder people, to genocide people as well. They are saying like, oh, like they can't say no other place is safe. But if they can, they would. They're like, oh, the India is the only country where Hindus are truly safe. We have to keep it that way. So that's why we are going to attack and harm the other person. That is the idea. That is why we need to differentiate between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. Because first of all, a majority of the Jews are completely innocent. Majority of the Jews are completely against Israel itself. Don't believe the weird-ass things you see on the internet most of the time. Go look at polls. Go look at how many Israeli Jews are anti-Zionist in Israel. How many Jewish people in America are anti-Zionist in America? Check the polls. You're going to find something very amazing. That most of these people are anti-Zionists. They don't like murder. They don't like any of this thing that Israel is doing. Not gonna lie, using religion politics is cooked. It's like mixing. No. Religion was developed for politics, Pookie. You see, the earliest forms of religion was used to organize people around a certain idea. Majority of Jews are definitely not opposed to Jewish supremacy. What polls are No, check American polls. American polls. How many people are actually against Zionist regime? Also, it's like, also this is like saying all white people are like white supremacist, or all brown people are brown supremacist, or all Hindus are Hindu supremacist. My boyfriend is Jewish and he's extremely anti-Zionist, even more so than me. Exactly. You cannot fall into the traps of bioessentialism. Well, this is bio-religio essentialism. Do not fall into that trap. Never fall into that trap. It is absolute bullshit. All it will do is isolate people that are your natural allies. Do you really think it matters if a worker is Jewish, if a worker is Muslim, if a worker is anyone? It doesn't matter. A worker is a worker. It doesn't matter. Remove religion from there. This is Jewish supremacy, or a Jewish supremacist that, let's say, Epstein was or Netanyahu is at the end of the day also a form of class struggle. So why are you going out of your own way to harm and isolate Jewish people who are not part of that class anyway? See, if Iranians, after continuous bombing by Israel, can still say we are still a safe place for Israeli Jews or Jews that live here, and give them space because that is what is there, why would you, as someone who has not been harmed by a Jewish person, not directly anyway, be so anti-Semitic against them? Why would you believe that majority Jews are not opposed to Jewish supremacy? Yeah, religion is just another way to divide people in classes. Yeah, exactly. Why would you give our oppressors this? Why would you? It's pointless. There is no point in believing that majority Jews are Jewish supremacists when there are polls, American polls by Harvard, polls by different institutions. Check the CNN polls. Majority of the people are anti-Zionists. Majority of Jews are anti-Zionists. There are people even on the internet, if you want. There are very loud Jewish voices that are against the Israeli occupation of Gaza, Israeli occupation of parts of West Bank, Israeli occupation of Lebanon, Israeli attacks and invasion of Iran, Iraq, whatever. More so the Israeli Greater Israel Project. I mean, one name like Norm Finkelstein, for example. Norm Finkelstein, one of the greatest anti-Israel advocate there is. Majorities are affected by Zionism because people use it as anti-Semitic too. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes Israel can be used as libertarian, like Neo-Buddhism, Ambedkarite Buddhism. Used for liberation. Yes, it can be used as liberation. That is true. I am not talking about liberation. I'm talking about anti-Semitism. It just really pisses me off. These people are doing good, but let's not act like there aren't a majority amongst other Jews. Well, see, you wouldn't know. You really wouldn't know. So are you going to hate on Jews just because? Like, are you really going to just hate on them just because you think that majority of the Jews are Jewish supremacists? What is there for me to think majority of Hindus are Hindu supremacists? Like, what do you want me to? Like, to be like, okay, Hindus are Hindu supremacists, majority of them. I'm not going to divide Hindus based on like caste, religion, whatever, not affiliation with the RSS. I'm not dividing. Like, everyone is a Hindu supremacist, period. Even Ambedkar was a Hindu supremacist in that scenario. Do you want me to do that? Do you think that's fair? You should do live debate someday with other creators. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan that eventually. Who is hating? It's simply pointing out the reality of the... It's not the reality, Jeff. It is not. I understand where your anger is coming from. I really do. But that anger is misplaced. Targeting the Zionist regime is far more important here. Also, by the way, what about the podcast? This is the podcast. What are you talking about? This is a pod, technically. It's a live pod. See, Jeff, do you realize that there are Christians who are Zionists as well? Like Trump is a Zionist Christian. Biden, devout Catholic Christian, also a devout Zionist. So is he, like, he gave like multitudes of weapons to Israel, gave them a free pass. Do you really think that we should give him a free pass? Listen to this while going to bed. It's a pod. Yeah, this is a pod. You're not the only one. There's also Exorcist who listens to me while going to bed. Like, I don't know how frequently, but he does. Like, whenever he's here, or he'll just stay here and fall asleep. So, there are Ambedkar Zionists, by the way. Yeah, true. They are just propagandists at this point. It is so stupid. Anyway, so the thing that I'm trying to say, like, are you going to give Biden a free pass for being a Zionist because he's not Jewish? The problem is Zionism. Zionism is is a Nazi-like ideology. Zionism is as devoid from Jewishness as white supremacy is against Christianism. Faustin, I live in the US, and the point I'm making is these kind of caveats are based on these ideas that are simply self-imposed limits on advocacy. No, it's... I get your point, Jeff. But I understand what you're getting at. But I am not limiting my advocacy. I am not going to say that majority of Zionists aren't Jewish. They are. The thing is here, when you say that majority of Jewish are Zionists or Jewish supremacists, that is just simply wrong. Majority of Zionists are Jewish supremacists. Zionism is different from Judaism. Judaism is a religion. Zionism is the idea of a greater Israel project, that Israel should get whatever it wants. Israel has a right to exist. Everyone gets the smoke equally. All supremacy gets called out. Doesn't matter what. Yes, exactly. Call out supremacy then. If you say, see, if you are labeling a group of people, if you're labeling a literal group of people as homogeneous Jewish supremacists, I've stopped saying I forgot how to say supremacist. As a supremacist, you are not giving them equal smoke. You are just basically saying that, hey, I'm going to paint you the same way a white nationalist or a white supremacist is going to paint you. That is it. And that falls right into the plans of the Zionist regime, because they want you to say that. They want you to be anti-Semitic against Jewish people within the country. That is the issue. Also, if you are in America, it would be better served for you to be on Twitch, because Twitch chat is faster. The YouTube chat is behind. Plus, if you have Amazon Prime, please pay me with Bezos bucks. Which includes Jewish supremacy. We're talking about Israel, but isn't exclusive. Yeah. See, you can talk about Jewish supremacy. That is a problem. I'm not talking to you, Pookie, and you paid me way too much. You chill. Pookie, chill. I'm talking to Jeff because he's in America. I'm not even asking him for money. I'm saying give me Bezos bucks if you have them. Because basically, if he's not using it for anyone, they are going to waste. Jewish supremacy. Yes, I agree. Which includes Jewish supremacy. See, all I am opposed to here is not your argument. My opposition here is the painting of majority Jews as Jewish supremacists. Because the majority is not that. Because you can't paint a majority like that. It is anti-revolutionary. To be very clear. Because if a revolution is for you to happen, you need people from all walks of life. You can't just have like one specific group. My friend should really watch this. Like, so call them here, Pookie. It is with you to call them. It is not with me because I don't know who they are. I call people randomly. So just make sure you know that difference. Because there's one thing to be accurate and there's another thing to play into the hands of the person in front of you. Yes, I am Indian. Oh no, oh, he's asking Pookie. Yeah, sure, whatever. Pookie can answer. That is the difference that I'm making here. See, I want justice as much for Israel to lose, stop a genocide, stop bombing Iran, free the people, like free the people as a whole. Like free even the Jews that they are suppressing in Israel. Because Israel has a caste system. Israel is oppressing people in Gaza. It's a genocide going on. They are torturing people. They tortured a 1-year-old. 1-year-old for over 12 hours. All I'm saying here is, let's not play into the hands of the Greater Israel Project or their narratives while we are doing so. If our focus is not directly towards the Zionist regime, the actual Nazi fascist regime that there is, we are going to get everywhere. We are going to get lost. This is what happens in Indian politics with Congress and AP. Congress and AP are way too busy fighting each other, if you notice. Way too busy fighting each other. Sometimes they fight CPIM. They fight the left, quote, end quote. Left. Whenever, so who wins between this war? Who wins between this war? It's the BJP. We can't make these differences between us. The right doesn't make these differences between them. Not everybody is just corrupt as fuck. Yes, every party is corrupt as fuck. I agree with you. But then, see, how we want the parties to be depends on how we respond to them when they are corrupt. We'll get to that as well. One of the reasons why this podcast exists is to educate people on that. Is to educate people that we need to force not substantial liberals ain't on the side of left. They are not. I don't subscribe to Popular Front nonsense. No. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to educate people. These fucking liberals are asshats. Yes, this is a live stream. This is a podcast live stream, Pookie. Yeah, also, yeah. Liberals, see, these are liberals, but then these are also people who are very hungry for votes. Very hungry. If we rally people, if we get people together to actually focus on a topic, within the Indian sense here, for example, all these political parties, I don't know if you speak enough Hindi for this, I'm sorry, झक मार के वापस तुम्हारे पीछे आएंगे. It is very easy to rally the Congress, to rally up into being left, to pull the goddamn Overton window towards the left. The only thing is, it needs a connective tissue, it needs social education, it needs political education. That is something that has been killed over the past 70 years. I'm not even going to say it's just the BJP. I don't think so. Communists are the corrupt like other. Okay, Hasra 007, do not consider CPIM to be leftist or not corrupt. It's a political party within the Indian spectrum. It is at best center left. At best. Is it working towards pushing the Overton window at least a little bit left? Yes, it is. I give him that. But do not consider them to be anything that will help a leftist cause at this point of time. Yes, their local leaders are extremely corrupt. I have a problem with that myself. I am never batting for CPIM. I'm never batting for Congress. I'm never batting for AP. I will only bat for the people. Again, very Indian reference. Yeah, I mean, see, I understand the situation. I still go by the idea I'm not far left, I'm not far right, I'm far. Also, guys, don't mind Pookie, he's young. That actually did make me laugh though. Pookie is our next leader. Everything said and done, I'm gonna give this all to him and he can deal with when I'm dead. Hold on, who added me to a. What the fuck? Okay, fine. One of these times that makes you remember Pookie is young. Yes, yes, yes. Not, I mean, I always remember. It's the you who forget. Yeah, do I get any liquid assets when you in the grave? You want the energy drinks? I can get you some. The point here is that we need to start educating the like politically blank, not politically blanks. Political blanks are the political parties. We need to start educating the people, the politically neutrals, the people who don't understand shit, what a political ideology is. Cause up is important state. What's cause up? Cause I don't know. Leftist 9625 left. Anyway, let's just begin with this. It's been a while. We are just chatting. We need to talk about a bunch of things. I like Purana message. Oh, if Augie don't lose next election, then we all are done. Cause up UP is important state. Oh, UP. Okay. Yeah. Like you're talking about like our dear leader Yogi. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Yeah, I know. He's just randomly chirping. I don't think he's gonna lose, to be fair. I think he has the control of the electorate. The election commission ka shit. Yeah, I know. There's a few people here from UP though. I am so sorry for him. Sorry for the person who's from UP here. I will not say who you are, what you are. But I am sorry. Anyway, the point still stands. Funny thing that he isn't pure. Yeah, I know. No, he's not from UP. He's like उसका नाम झूठा है, उसका काम झूठा है, उसका कर्म झूठा है, उसका यूपीनेस झूठा है. Say in India it doesn't matter who you are. Like how MLAs are selected. Have like तुमने सुना ही होगा. I have been chirping about that for quite some time. How MLAs are selected in India. It is absolutely horrendous. Do you know how much MPs voted I and against? Yeah, it's like 11/4 opposition to. But it doesn't matter. Pookie, it doesn't matter. Doesn't not matter. So within because of the anti-defection bill that was brought on by, yes, we know who was opposing, who was in favor. But in other states, who has regionalizations? Who have regional? No, okay, I need to read your. Funny thing isn't probably no, but in other states, I have no idea sometimes what you're saying, Hasra. Do you know? See, Pookie, it doesn't matter who voted for the bill, who didn't vote for the bill. The votes are counted before, not after. The votes are basically like, is your party vote for or against the trans bill? Yes or no? Multiply that with the number of elected representatives you have. That is the thing. It's not like people have the right to choose what they vote for or no. That is because of Rajiv Gandhi's anti-defection bill. Defection law. This was back in 1980s. I have no idea what that means, Pookie. What Exorcist wrote, cockroaches for Augie and... Yeah, Rajiv Gandhi basically killed the Indian Lok Sabha. People don't understand that. Shri Gunars, are you... I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think anyone here is a gooner. In other states, there is regionalization, but in UP, it's not, because I think this is administration unit, unlike Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fine. The point is, UP still needs to be very much divided. UP is way too big. Like, it is way too big. It is way too chaotic. Its population is so high. Oh, it's your friend. Okay. No, he's on Twitch. Also, please refrain from adding names. I don't care how you add names. Please refrain from adding anyone's name. Pookie and Tankyu, they like both are, one is on Twitch, one is on YouTube. I mean, I prefer Twitch overall. If you come there, it would be nicer because it's faster messaging than YouTube. So yeah, that's that. Jeff also, did Jeff just leave? State reorganization is needed in India except Northeast because they are already, yes, exactly. Not because of the large, it's because of population density. So there is a conversation going on with respect to UP being reorganized and Bihar being reorganized. The population density is so high that, oh, you're still here. Cool. No, the reason I was asking that is because like YouTube is fucking shit. It just tells me like, oh, zero viewers whatsoever. So I'm like, oh, you're not there. Okay. So the population in UP and Bihar is so high that they need to be reorganized somehow in smaller parts. In India, like regions are not only just divided based on like the language, are also divided based on the population. And it should be based on language, culture. No, it just can't be based on language, culture, and geography. The population is way too high. This was fine like back in like 1940s. The population of UP is so high that is basically unmanageable. Like you have to start dividing UP based on like population pockets. If you don't do that, kind of cooked. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. You need like an Uttar Pradesh, Upper Pradesh, we already have Andhra Pradesh. Chota UP, Bada UP, Medium UP. I don't know. I'm fucking idiotic at names. By the way, can you educate Thanku on some? If he asks me a question, I'll answer it. If it happens during the stream, good and well. On the trans bill. Okay. What do you want to know? You think about the debate format. Many creators oppose it, saying it doesn't bring any big. What debate format are we talking about here? Like debate of politicians or me debating other people? Do you think there will be a Nepal like a revolution? India is too big. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like for like a lot of people want to be like, oh, big things are happening in South Asia. Everyone is giving a revolt and whatever. India is too fucking big. Even Pakistan is too fucking big for a revolution like this. You need so much. Or you don't know anything about much about it. Okay, I'll just talk to you quickly with it. Just answer. No, so India is so big. Organization itself is going to die. Let's check how much issues were there with organizing the trans bill protests. They only happened in like major cities. For something like Nepal, everything happened over like the same day over the entire region. Similarly with Bangladesh. UP is almost equal to Pakistan, like imagine whole India. I know, exactly. It is absolutely horrendous. Nepal like shit is not, like anything that is happening through shit like this. We educate. We get everyone on the same plane first. Then we can think about like we are going to have like a Nepal like shit where the government is changed overnight. Then you can start thinking about that. Get people to support you first. That's what this is about. So the trans bill basically was not, it's not a new bill. It started off through the 2019 NALSA judgment. After the 2019 NALSA judgment, it was said that trans people can have the right to self-identify. Like if you are trans, they are not going to ask you. They are not going to ask you any like proofs, medical proofs for like proof that you are trans. The issue here is now, while that judgment is a court judgment, while that judgment is based on like years of working, they came in this like 2 weeks ago and be like, no, that judgment is not going to apply. You have to prove everything medically. That is a problem, because even when you had no like reason to do medical checking to prove, and the district magistrate was just supposed to give you the ID card, they were like, no, you have to, they would call up people and be like, come here, we are going to do checking that you are actually a trans person or a transgender person. On the second point of it is that helping a trans person has become illegal now. If you are helping out a trans person, whoever it might be, the family who are most of the reason why trans people get abused, mostly the reason who are anti-trans, or they don't want their children to be trans, they can just complain to the police and be like, this other foundation or these people are making forcing my child to become trans, which is why helping a trans person becomes absolutely illegal in India. That is, well, like, this is just scratching the surface, because if you want more details, go watch the interview we did with Muskan. You can go watch like the streams from the past week. All of them discuss this. That's all. Creator debates actually help. I don't care what other debate creators say and oppose it. It does bring change. You from Maharashtra, so what do you think about the Vidarbha state movement? Vidarbha is too small. Vidarbha is too small. If they want to be a state, please be a state. Doesn't really matter with respect to Vidarbha. Like, regional parties oppose it because it's useless. Like, what changes is it going to make? Vidarbha, see, if Vidarbha dislodges from Maharashtra, it becomes the poorest state in India. Like, it does. It would be, like, it won't get a lot of the shit like Maharashtra gets. There's something white on your neck. Oh, sorry. That's just cream. Moisturizer. Sorry, my bad. So creator debates are quite good. They're quite good at getting people to think. That's the point. They are like, when the people who are against creators debating are generally watching people debate. The problem that happens over there is like, they are not understanding that the debate is not for the person in front of you. Let's say I'm debating tomorrow like Sai, Deepak, or whoever the fuck. I am not debating him for him. I am not debating him for him. I'm debating him for the audience. For the audience to start. That is the profit of a debate. People who say debates don't bring changes, they're thinking like changes in the person in front of you. But the reason why the person in front of you is debating you is not so that their mind is changed. Their mind is never going to change. I mean, that's why I support, cause places like Bundelkhand are also poor. Yes, they are poor and neglected. That is sure. Like, fine. Like, debate Maharashtra. I don't care. Get Vidarbha its own place. It is fine. It doesn't matter. You used to look yellowish green. Yes, I'm sorry. I have weird lights. And like, I have outside light. Again, I am not in a studio. This is my living room. I will get a studio when we have like 10,000 followers. And subscribers on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, Buki always says I look yellow or green. I know. Yeah, you look much browner today. I am brown. Thank you for noticing. What do you think about Jews in most of the major controversies? I think you are equating Jews with Zionists. There are also a lot of Christians in there. Some of them are Hindus, some of them are Muslims. The conversation is not, we shouldn't be anti-Semitic. We should be anti-Zionist. Zionists want you to be anti-Semitic. You see the problem there? They want you to be anti-Semitic so they can have their cake about like, look, Israel is the only safe place for Jews. Everywhere else, they are against Israel. The moment you do that, the moment you give them that, what they are basically going to do is like, they're going to bomb Gaza. They're going to bomb Iran. Lebanon and try to take over the land, saying Israel is still the only safe place for Jews. So anti-Semitism is different, like hating on people. Let's say hating on people. Anti-Semitism is hating on people or oppressing people or discriminating between people based on Judaism. Anti-Zionism is pushing back on the narrative that Israel, first of all, has a right to exist because no country has a right to exist, and pushing back on the greater Israel project, pushing back on Israeli invasions, Israeli oppression of Gazans, Israeli oppression of Lebanese, generally Arabs, and the bombing other countries. That is the difference between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. You can also call it like anti-Zionism is also pushing back against pushing back against Jewish supremacy. That is also fair. You can also do that. But the point is, you need to not be anti-Semitic. There are Hindus who are Zionists living in Israel. I know, and they are literally like the lowest caste citizens over there because Israel has a caste system. Yeah, that is true. Like I'm from Himachal and half of it was under Punjab, rest principally chiefdoms. Yes, exactly. I mean, divide Indian states based on population. It doesn't matter. Yes, there are Hindus who are living in Israel, like the call guy, who's the reporter guy. Like, there's a lot of like Indian Jews as well who left for Israel. They regretted it quite much. That's an issue. Sorry, I just saw something very funny on the side. I have like shit open in front of me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Israel wants to be looked at as the only safe place for Jews. Ethnically, non-ethnically. That's why they want other places to be anti-Semitic. But like we are different from Punjabs, there used to be a lot of wars between Pahadi rulers and... No, sure. I'm not denying any of that. I'm not denying you're separate from Punjabis. I'm not calling you the same people. I am only saying is that India should be more dividing between states based on population. That is better for governance, not just language and culture. I understand you feel like, oh, these are my people, that's why we need to be a state. But again, all of you at the end of the day are still Indians. And Indians, being Indians, you need to be thinking more of like, what is better for like management. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, say someone in your state does not have enough resources whatsoever, but the current government cannot provide it because it already has to do a lot for like your place. Like, say you're from the west of Himachal and the other place is the east, and the east is not getting provided because the west needs so much taking care of. Make a different government and let them provide for them directly. Why do you want like a bureaucratic system where it's more divided from there? That's the point. Jews aren't unsafe though. They are getting there. That's the issue. Jews are not unsafe right now. But Jews were also included in the parameters of whiteness very recently. And there is a whole motion to remove them from it as well. To start actually... doing anti-Semitism in America broadly. I mean, anti-Semitism in America went down like 1970s, 80s. Before that, it was a thing for very much. Jews aren't white, they were given white because white is a socio-political construct. Who is white and who isn't white? An Indian can claim, I swear Papaksh was once white. Yes, I was whiter in the winter. I'm not joking. I was whiter in winter. Plus, it's also the light. Hold on. I have like two lights, right? See? Whiter already. The thing that I keep this as yellower. Yeah, I know. That's why I keep this a bit yellower and I keep this a bit whiter. It's a whole thing. Again, let's get to 10,000 followers or paying subs, and I'll get myself a studio. It's a money shit. It's not like I am not going to do it. Anyway, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, see, Jeff, I do understand where you're coming from, but like, they are, like, for example, Polish. Do you think Polish people are white? Until the 1970s, Polish people weren't white. They were considered brown. Same with like Italians or Greek. Greeks are even browner, but they are still considered white very recently because of European Union. In my opinion, Jews can be unsafe in the same way anyone. Yes, that is true, but that is completely true. They can be unsafe like any other religion can be unsafe. In the Kurdish and no, they are already white. They are already white. There was a ruling in 1918 about the meaning of what Arabs are considered as. According to the US law, Arabs are white people. Seriously. Hold on. Iraqis did it. Hold on. Let me just show you. White ruling 19. Hold on. Doe versus United States. No, this was Lebanese. Hold on. Doe versus United States basically made so Lebanese and Iraqi people are considered white in America. Bro, why are we still discussing skin? We are not discussing skin color. Pookie, this is not skin color. This is what whiteness is considered as. You're confusing vectors of otherization with inclusion with the racial in groups. Italians were all still white. No, I am not confusing it. I'm trying to make it simpler for people to understand. I can talk about in-group, out-group. I spoke about in-group, out-groups initially and no one understood it and everyone was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the struggle here. I can go in detail about otherizations, in-group, out-groups. I can talk about the various different issues and how different races and different nationalities was considered with respect to the color of the skin, the background or the socioeconomic background they come from, and the situation within the socioeconomic acceptance of the majority group as well. But that just confuses people. Wait, like, why are we classifying? We are not classifying people, Pookie. We are just talking about socioeconomics on a broader scale, like how people ended up being considered white, or the idea of what whiteness means. That I'm trying to prove to you that whiteness is just a socio-political construct. You will see people that are darker than I am and are still considered white. Bliss, you don't have to remember. This is the second stream of the day. I never do 2 streams per day. I do long streams if I have to, but we don't have to. We already lost the Lok Sabha shit. But that was a given anyway. No, I mean, we're discussing how white terms came from. All things getting classified that isn't necessarily sometimes. Jeff, we are still talking to someone who is not that old. And we're still, okay, that is what I'm trying to say. Consider who you're talking to. People who watch this later aren't necessarily people who have read Marxist thought or know the spelling of sociopolitics. I'm not even talking about like what it is, just spelling of it. We are talking to people who recently just said on the internet that you have to learn geopolitics without geography or history. Yeah, Pookie, don't worry about it. Oh, you're talking to Hasra, okay. I have to be simpler. Marx Baba ki jai. Exactly. Marx Baba ki jai. I see there's a lot of shit I want to talk about. Like I have to think about, like, I've been saying this before. I think Red Action was really pissed at me before because I said like capitalism is just feudalism with better PR. And yeah, it is not exactly what Marx said. I understand. It is not exactly the correct definition of it. I understand. Feudalism led to capitalism. It is not feudalism with better PR. I understand that. But people don't realize what you are saying when you like put up a long ass sentence or paragraph in front of them and like dissect. People have lost the ability to think critically. That's why you have to be simpler. You have to be simple enough to direct them into the right direction where they can actually go out and read. When I say it as a tagline, like capitalism is feudalism with better PR. Now it is simple enough for them to check feudalism, what is capitalism, what does propaganda have to do with all of this? Also public relations, but that's basically propaganda. React to video on Marx, I will eventually. Or better educate politics with music and dance. I wish I could dance. I'm learning how to sing. I have no idea who this person is. Hasra, I have zero idea because Jesus, what are you sending me to here? There's a ET Digital. Macaulay, Marx, Mughal, Sudhashu Trivedi questions the M factor drug at a book launch. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Jesus, I feel so stupid when I see this shit. Like, why do I bother? How idiotic can this person get? This was 2 months ago. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Sudhashu Trivedi, guys. Sudhashu Trivedi is a bastard. If I think he's the one that I'm thinking of. Oh, he's BJP. Yeah. He's a bastard. Fine, I don't care. Anyway. Yeah. He's like, yeah, no, I got it. I googled. Oh yeah, guys, started a new book called The Book Thief. Oh, it's a good book. It's a nice. Do read. I am regressing now. Well, you're reading The Book Thief, which is a historical fiction, and I am reading Lockwood. No, it is a good book. It is a good book. Like, India is big on reading like historical fictions and like shit like that. I am currently in like back to fiction, by the way. Why is this supposed to be like sorry, my bad. This is supposed to be like along with Anne Frank Diaries and the Indian. Okay, stop flexing. So why reading the Indian Constitution? Oh yeah, you wanted to be a lawyer, right? At this point, okay, this is supposed to be a political stream, guys. Guys, we have done a lot. For an hour we are just chatting. Fine. Make sure to spread the message. Jesus. Let's just start. So first and foremost, we are talking about no, we are not talking about transgender issue right now. So this is what Modi said in the parliament. Everyone missed it. I know.
हम कोरोना के समय भी एकजुटता से ऐसी चुनौतियों का सामना कर चुके हैं। अब हमें फिर से उसी तरह तैयार रहने की आवश्यकता है। धीरज के साथ, संयम के साथ, शांत मन से हमें हर चुनौती का मुकाबला करना है। हम कोरोना के समय भी
Like, he's basically saying that this is going to be a COVID level catastrophe. That's why the thumbnail. What people need to understand it, this was utterly avoidable. Multiple ways this could have been avoided. One, not sucking up to Israel as much as we did. Not sucking up to America as much as we did. Not betraying the friendship we had with Iran. Not betraying the friendship we had with Russia. irrespective of whether you want to say, look, we shouldn't have supporting either way. What we should have done is we should have stayed neutral. But India wasn't neutral. India was pro-Israel. It still is pro-Israel. It still is. And it becomes a problem. Now, this is what Rahul Gandhi said, and this is something we have been saying for so fucking long. Do you respect the BJP and Modi? Okay, fuck no. Why would I respect BJP and Modi? Like, all they have done is fuck us over. De facto pro-US Israel. Yeah, we are becoming de facto US Israel. We weren't. No, there is no respecting without agreeing, my friend. They have a penchant for murdering people, genociding people. They have a history with it of otherizing people, oppressing minorities. I do not respect them even if it doesn't happen. You can say I respect someone like Rahul Gandhi even though I don't agree with him on a lot of things. BJP is never getting that nicety from me. Because you have to, even if they won't give respect, no, Pookie, don't get into that mess. Don't get into that. Is a very liberal left-wing mess. No, we have to respect our fucking enemies. No, fuck no. Do not fucking respect them. They do not deserve your respect. They just do not. Yeah, Modi surrendered to China and said, "Koi andar nahi aaya." Exactly. He was such a failure as a person. Also, you don't have to respect people just because. There's no point in respecting people just because. ये बहुत चूतिया वाली चीज है. They are teaching you to placate the masses. Why should you respect your oppressor? Seriously, why should you respect your oppressor? That is all there is to it. Sociopolitically, Modi has oppressed more people, did a genocide or rather ethnic cleansing. Let me be very clear. Ethnic cleansing in Godhra. Multiple people have died because of him, not just with demonetization and mishandling of COVID, but general policies. Why should we respect someone like that? Why? Who taught you to respect people when they're oppressing you? You respect people who help you, who make you feel safe, who make you feel that your life can be improved and who help you improve your life. Not people who actively oppress you. That is stupid. I swear, it is the Sanghi uncles because they want you to be like, I still respect him for whatever because he's older. So it doesn't matter if they can be oppressive towards us. This is exactly which can be called Deshdrohi. Yeah, this regime is Deshdrohi. This also, let's not call it a regime. Regime just means kind of like they're here forever. This is a temporary government at max.
कल इररेलेवेंट भाषण कर दिया. इंडिया का प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, इंडिया के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, दिखना चाहिए कि हिंदुस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं. कोविड में जो किया था वो तो भूल गए हैं. कितने लोग मरे थे, क्या ट्रेजेडीज हुई.
गुड, थिंक, नाइस, दैट्स नाइस. दैट इज द पॉइंट.
ठीक है, ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाई है, डिबेट होना चाहिए. बट
my major issue with Rahul Gandhi is he's never on ground. I'm afraid if they will, it doesn't matter if they go or not. It really doesn't. It's not like they are going to change anyone's mind.
आपने स्ट्रक्चरल गलती कर दी है. आपने पूरा ढांचा उड़ा दिया है. मैं आपको लिख के दे रहा हूं. प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जो अमेरिका कहेगा और जो इजराइल कहेगा वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी करेंगे.
When I say it, Modi is in the Epstein files. I'm not even joking. Modi is literally in the Epstein files.
लेकिन इंडिया का कोई रोल नहीं है इस तरह जो कांग्रेस के लीडर्स भी.
Yeah, he's in America ka dalla. He was trained by what was the American young politician something that was funded by the US State Department. He was RSS has been paid money. Check the caravan report multiple times. Like BJP has been funded by the caravan report. Not turning point, not turning point. Check the caravan report. BJP and RSS have been funded by the USAID for a while. Like even before 2014 to win that election. Obviously he's like Trump ka dalla.
क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं कि क्यों पाकिस्तान इंडिया जो है इसमें कोई रोल नहीं कर रहा है, क्या बोलना चाहिए?
नहीं, हमारी जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी है, दिस इज प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदीज पर्सनल फॉरेन पॉलिसी. यू कैन सी द रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस. इट्स अ यूनिवर्सल जोक. एवरीबडी कंसिडर्स इट अ यूनिवर्सल जोक. Donald Trump knows exactly what Mr. Modi can do and what Mr. Modi cannot do. So, if the Prime Minister is compromised, our foreign policy is compromised. It's obvious. ये तो सबको दिख रहा है. US डील कर दी, कल मतलब irrelevant भाषण कर दिया. मतलब इंडिया का प्राइम मिनिस्टर है.
Y'all remember Dean Withers? This is basically his point with Kirk on, oh, he disagreed with me, but he didn't deserve it. That's just a privilege. Yeah, that's just a privilege. Indira Gandhi was a dictator, but Janata Party was also sus, so they allowed fascists to get mainstreamed. Yeah, Janata Party was always sus. Morarji Desai was called a CIA plant for the longest time. Like, this is not a joke. But like, my thing is with I need to meet Rahul Gandhi. You probably will, Pookie. You probably will. Like, I know where you are, how you are. You probably will. Indira Gandhi was a dictator, but Janata Party... Yeah, I mean, see, Morarji Desai was called a CIA plant for the longest time. The only thing in his favor in this argument is that irrespective of pressure from America, he still got us nukes, which is the best thing ever. Oh, my stream lagging. Oh, I was like 3 seconds behind. Sorry. Bro, I'm telling you, Twitch is better. YouTube is not very nice.
इंडिया के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, दिखना चाहिए कि हिंदुस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं. पोजीशन क्या है? कोई पोजीशन ही नहीं है. तो
the most important person I've met till date. Bro, you are way too young to even bring that up. Like, तेरी जिंदगी अभी चालू हुई है. Like, you have been conscious for less the amount of time than I have been an adult. Wasn't it? I think they started it, but Morarji Desai was the one who finished it. Like, he was still the one called responsible for it. Like, beyond that, I don't know. Bro, I know. I am crazy old. I'm 30 this year, by the way.
और दुख की बात है कि इसका नुकसान होगा लोगों को. अभी शुरुआत हुई है. LPG,
Oh, shush, Pookie.
पेट्रोल.
They also give credit to Vajpayee for this. I know. I don't know why, but they do. Like, I'm going to ignore Vajpayee, his entire contribution to India, because it was absolute bullshit.
फर्टिलाइजर, सब चीज में प्रॉब्लम आएगी.
Abhi hai problem. See, one of the things that we brought up last stream was like the availability of urea. We don't have urea. We have to depend on China now to get us more urea. They are not going to do it because they are in support of Iran. We are so goddamn fucked, I tell you. Stock up on paracetamol, by the way. Get paracetamol. Paracetamol drought is incoming. If you have chronic pain, get paracetamol. Pookie, that's the fun part. You can't. You don't make your own urea. You just like combine shit together and pee it out. But the problem with urea is that you need it for growing plants as a fertilizer, as a nitrogen source. That is the problem. By the way, again, I'm going to say this more. If you have chronic pain, get paracetamol now. I suffer from chronic pain. I can tell you, it is fucking hell without any form of medication available. and the drought is coming.
ठीक है, मोदी जी ने कह दिया कि
You know, you do realize that people bring up so many names like, hey, do you think this guy was this guy was that? Most of the time, I was like, who the fuck is he? Mostly. Oh, the urea. Oh, okay. Industry synthesis. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I don't think I should consider anyone good or bad when it comes to scientific inventions. Like, do you regard like the Japanese for giving us all the knowledge we have about pregnancies and amount of water in the human body, or like Mengele for pregnancy research? Yeah, sure. Like I get it. I remember who you're talking about. Just Googled. Like, do you regard Mengele to be an important figure in science because the only reason why we know anything about pregnancies is of all of the horrendous shit he did to pregnant women? Do you think he's a good person? Like Mengele, the German scientist who vivisected pregnant women, is responsible for the successful births of a lot of people today. Because it was through what he did, the cruelty that he did, is we have so much knowledge of pregnancies, how they progress, and what is happening with the fetus. Do you think he's a good person? Fuck no. If India would have become a two-party state like Congress and CPI, it would have been better. Oh, I don't think so. The problem started off when what Congress basically did was it ruined the structure of the Indian system. That I give that to the Congress, where like say anti-defection law. I keep talking about how MLAs are selected was also changed. How a lot of the things that were put in by Ambedkar, the fail-safes were removed. That is the reason why it doesn't work. Morality is way too complex for me right now. It's something you cannot use. Yes, that's the point of morality. That's the like read a bit more about morality. It's fun. If Naxalites won, they were never gonna win. There is no way to win for a Naxalite right now. The problem with a Naxalite is the same problem that we have with like Twitter communists. They think they can get enough people together to fight a country, a government with people wielding AK-47s, with AR-15s. That is the same problem. Naxalites were never gonna win. You cannot beat the current Indian government with bombs, with guns, with an armed revolution, especially at a time when it is the strongest when it comes to propaganda. It's strongest when it comes to like armed militancy. India is way too big. You cannot even carve something out. You have to do it electorally. You have to. There is like RSS. There's a reason why RSS did what RSS did was it did entryism into Congress for the longest time to break it down from the inside. There's a reason for it. Because RSS understood what the communists never did. You cannot change the system through outside force. It is just not possible. The next day you get shot in your head. They cover it up and propaganda is run against you. The fuck are you doing? Yeah, communists should copy the RSS. Capitalists and liberals used more of Gramsci's Marxism than communists ever did. I have no idea how. I don't know idea why. Gramsci's Marxism is probably like mandatory reading material for a fascist, but not for a communist somehow. And revolution is only really successful when it's no. Pookie, don't get into it. Don't get into it, Pookie. You're too young for this. I'm not gonna get into the issues with your sentence right now. I don't want to. Yeah, communists should copy the RSS when it comes to organizing. Seriously, I'm not even joking. In slowly and steadily changing culture. Yeah, I know you want to. When it's legitimate, has support with good, see, good ideals don't make a revolution. It is all about propaganda and how much you can take people with you. That is all there is. Like, Nazi revolution was still a revolution, like Nazi being in place. No doubt I get attracted towards national Bolshevism. Yeah. I know, right? But we need progressive leaders like Lenin. Lenin was extremely progressive. You want to be a Marxist Leninist? Understand how to apply Marxism to 2026. Don't just read the book and be like, this is exactly what I'm gonna do, copy paste. There is never going to be like a cultural movement where everyone just magically understands the ideals of Marxism. Good ideals, as in ideals that are cheap, anyone can claim moral super. Yes, exactly. But that you're going more into not revolution, but what fascist ideology does. Revolutions and sustained revolution require mass education to ideals that are not cheap to understand, but easier to remember and better yet implement. Discussing things help more than debating? No, that is not true. Discussing things is only better for people who agree with you. Debating helps people understand a different perspective even if they start off not agreeing with you. Conflict builds understanding among people who don't understand you. Conflict is absolutely necessary. Yeah, I agree. So many commies are bound by books to an extreme. Yes, I know. See, the thing is, they read the book, but they don't understand the book. That is the difference. They are rote learning the book as they were taught in school. A successful revolution is the one with good execution, but also good and simple confident propaganda. Then, no. A good revolution is the one where, actually, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I went into some other idiotic thought. You need to have good execution and like you need someone to gather people. You need a leader to represent the movement, but also followers who understand the material. You cannot just have a good leader and everyone following through mindlessly. That is what you call a fascist regime. You need to teach people what is good and what is wrong for them. They need to be able to decide for them that this revolution is good. That is how you get a sustained revolution. But I'm also considering the stability. Yeah, so for stability, you need people who understand the matter as much as you. You can't just have like, just the leader understands, no one else. In Naxalite insurgency, people join militancy just for tribal rights. They don't care about Mao or Marxism, it's just tribal labor. That is why. That is exactly why it was a dead movement. You cannot have a movement where people don't understand what they're doing. You just cannot. Like, okay, there are levels of understanding. There are definitely levels to understanding. You can't have like, oh, we are going to make everyone like a priest or like what does Bliss calls it? Hold on. If you're still here, what was the Platoian idea? Sorry, shit. What was the, where is Bliss? I need her. Today has been more productive. Thank you. Yeah, it has. Hold on. She keeps talking about this. Who was this guy? Culture King? No. Hold on, Pookie. A philosopher king. So you don't need to teach everyone to be a philosopher king. That like Platoian idea. Bliss would have been happy if she was here. But they still at least need to know what they're fighting for. Not just like, oh, we are going to get rights and that's it. That is pointless. That is absolutely pointless. Sustained movement requires them to understand how you have to fight, where you have to fight, what are the goods and what ends are you going to achieve. Would you rather a leader or a saint? I would rather be none. I would rather not have to do anything. I would rather have everything fixed and done, but that is not my position. So in this scenario, I'm rather the chirper who is educating. How would an Indian know about these things, bro? What the fuck are we doing here? This is to get an average Indian to understand eventually. And you say, oh, but we are only 7. I started with 0. Now we are 7. We are some here. There are people who watch this later, like 100 people who watch this later. People are going to understand. Give it time. RSS had 77 years. RSS had 77 years to do this. We are just starting. Give it time. Share this with people. Get more people involved. This is something you and me both have to do. Yeah, see, Bliss came in. The thing is, I was giving an example, like I was trying to tell how much education like a normal revolutionary requires on the ground basis. I was trying to think what was the Plato and idea, and I was like, shit, I wish Bliss was here so I can be like, what was this? And you'll be like, oh, philosopher king. And I was just, so I forgot that, but you weren't here. So I was explaining that a philosopher, you don't need to teach everyone to be a philosopher king when it comes to social education. You just need them to understand the basics for a revolution. Anyway, see, the point is, I am sorry, doze off. Thank God. I am going to switch off this stream if you don't go back to sleep. Because I swear to you, you need to be sleeping. It is late for you. I know. So the thing is, guys, see, I am not going to be the only one doing this. You do realize that. You do realize that I can't do this alone. This is your job too. To get people to join, to get people to understand. I can't be the only one posting about this. I can't be the only one talking to people. It is a job towards you as well. If you like the content, if you want to spread the message, take it to other people. Clip this video wherever you want. Like, there's a reason why clipping is allowed for you. Make short videos out of this. Everything is available. Download. I don't care. Post it somewhere else. I'm not going to be like, nahi, I'm copyright claim. I don't do this for the money. Even though I would really like a new chair. Get more people in. It is your job. It is not just mine. I can't make a movement. No one can as a single person. Everyone watching this is involved, has to be involved. You want me to chirp, you want me to teach people, you have to get the people in. We have to, on a daily basis, I'm not even joking, have to fight Sanghis, have to fight the IT cells, have to fight, like, I have to go against the current with respect on YouTube. On X, I get suppressed because I post links. If I post videos, if I say anything against PM or Israel, I get suppressed. I can't do this alone. This is not happening alone. That's why I keep saying, spread the message, spread the videos, spread the Jesus name. That is, if you want people to join in, if you want people to understand, if you want people to get the message out, this is something you have to also do. I am not going to be able to do it alone. No one is. Bro, I'm asking about texting people. I'm not asking about you going out and screaming on the pier or something. That is what I'm trying to say. See, we have been enured with like stories, enumerated with stories of Lenin, Marx, Engel, or Bhagat Singh, or whatever. Take any leader, Che, like Saddam, like not Saddam Hussein, whatever, like Stalin, whoever, like Mao. All of them weren't alone. Even if you focus on the leader, they had a support system. They had someone to actually get the name out. Like, imagine if Lenin was just one dude, and he was trying to give a speech and everyone just listened to it and forgot and left. Absolutely pointless. But I haven't. Oh yeah, when's the lecture gonna happen? This is the lecture. Do you really think we are going to make a difference if I am the only one chirping here and that is it? We can get random people filling in here and there. I can get people to. Yeah, as Lenin said, you need a party to fight the system. That is the point. We can't fight the system on our own. Che, in my opinion, was symbolic good in organizing and being a revolutionary but terrible. That is just not true. Che was good at being a governance as well. Don't get me wrong. Most of it is mostly American propaganda. The point that I'm trying to make here is, if you want to educate people, send them the goddamn videos. They are on YouTube for a reason. See, if I wanted to just make easy money, easy YouTube videos, I wouldn't do it. You know why? Because I already have a career as a scientist. I don't need these, to be fair. So if you want to get the word out, get the education, the reason why this whole shit is started anyway, you have to get the name out. I can do a lecture. I will do a lecture. We are trying to develop lectures on political science. They're just taking time because there's literally no time, personally speaking, for me. I do lives twice, 4 times a week, and then I have to. Yeah, you can talk to me after the stream. Then I have to go out and do all my science. I have papers coming out right now, and which I'm ignoring because I have to do this shit. Last 2 weeks, we're just talking about the trans bill so much I didn't focus on science at all. It's going to be a problem. Everyone's going to be screaming at me like, where the fuck are you, Neil? That being said, Jesus, if you want this to go... Oh, yo, you burning underwear emote. Yeah, I am. I got the burning underwear emote now. Anyway, see, that's what I'm trying to say. If you want this to succeed, if you want change, then you have to be part of that change. You can't just depend on one person, see them talking something, see them doing something and do nothing about it. You have to get the wheels moving on your end as well. You need a party to fight a system. We are just starting. Be the party. That is all. Anyway, back to this, seriously. I am not streaming tomorrow, Thursday.
कोविड जैसा समय आने वाला है.
Tomorrow I have to focus on science.
कोविड में जो किया था वो तो
Also, you can drop the link even now. We are still going on.
भूल गए हैं कितने लोग मरे थे, क्या ट्रेजेडीज हुई थी. तो
The fuck? Fuck is wrong?
अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है बेसिकली.
ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग कल 5 बजे ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग आपको.
Yes, tomorrow is a Rajya Sabha, but they are just going to bulldoze it through there anyway. Stop focusing on Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, guys. Hookie, go to bed. Go to bed. Sleep.
लगता है देर हो चुकी है ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग में.
नहीं, अब मैं तो वहाँ नहीं हूँगा क्योंकि मेरा तो केरला में प्रोग्राम है. देखिए, ठीक है. ऑल
Go to fucking bed, Pookie. You and Bliss now. I'm gonna beat the shit out of both of you for not sleeping.
पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाई है, डिबेट होना चाहिए, बट आपने स्ट्रक्चरल गलती कर दी है. आपने पूरा ढांचा उड़ा दिया है. ठीक है, अब उसको आप ठीक नहीं कर सकते हैं. उसको ठीक करने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा और प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी तो कर ही नहीं सकते. मैं आपको लिख के दे रहा हूँ, प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जो अमेरिका कहेगा और जो इजराइल कहेगा वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी करेंगे. वो हिंदुस्तान के इंटरेस्ट में काम नहीं करेंगे, किसानों के इंटरेस्ट में काम नहीं करेंगे. वो जो अमेरिका और जो इजराइल कहेगा वो करेंगे. आप देख लेना.
Am I just not gonna go to... Okay, stop being annoying. See, the thing that I was... Oh, there's just so much to talk about. There's so much. So fucking much to talk about. Hold on. Like it is said, Yachenko VP on commodity production, the law of value under socialism. It is inevitable of capitalism to concentrate capital and means of production. We shouldn't interfere with them in doing so, because it is easier to explorate over-centralized means of production. But if there is no one to explorate, then it is only a matter of time before the over-centralized capital converts into... Yes, exactly. Whatever you said, like, I'm just going to be very simpler when I explain this to other people. Rene, by the way, just saying, Pookie is like way too young. Bro is doing ABCDs and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 kind of level. Like, he is young enough to be... No, not mine, but someone in my generation's son. Pookie, go to bed. Seriously, go to bed. Also, that is out of a lot of the syllabus for a lot of Indians I talk about. Yeah, that is what... Yeah. Pookie, go to bed. Stop drinking Red Bull. You're a child. You're just going to get a lecture from me. I legitimately worry about your well-being sometimes. Anyway, so this is mostly like idiotic propaganda. So like this is hyperbole, but this is actually sums up a lot.
एक और लॉकडाउन आने वाला है, ये कोई मजाक की बात नहीं.
So there's going to be a new lockdown because this is happening in other countries as well.
है, ये कोई वाहियात
Bye, Pookie,
एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल
thank
प्रेडिक्शन
God.
नहीं है.
Yes, thank you for explaining that.
But it's a fact-based developing situation. कल प्राइम मिनिस्टर...
Thank you. I'm gonna... Actually, yes, that is what I was saying. Yeah, help others to take over means of production, or wealthy guys will use their money to abuse you. Exactly, that is fascism, yeah.
मोदी ने जब से पार्लियामेंट में कहा है कि कोविड जैसे हालात उत्पन्न हो रहे हैं और हम सबको एकजुट होकर वेस्ट एशिया में जो ये वॉर हो रही है, इसके जो इम्पैक्ट है, इम्प्लीकेशंस हैं, उनका सामना करना होगा, तब से ये बात क्लियर हो गई है कि अब जल्द ही इंडिया में भी कुछ ऐसे मेजर्स उठाए जाएंगे.
They're basically saying there's going to be measures in India as well that curb at public movement because of high oil, no LPG. It's going to be a huge problem. It is a huge problem even right now. People are going to die because of this. They are dying because of this. People can't have food anymore because the prices are high. They can't cook food whatsoever. Okay, go to bed.
जिन्हें एनर्जी लॉकडाउन के अंडर जस्टिफाई किया जाएगा. अगर आप पड़ोसी मुल्कों की बात करें तो पाकिस्तान ने अपनी PSL में ऑलरेडी कह दिया है कि वो सिर्फ 2 वेन्यूज पे होगी ताकि ट्रैवल कट डाउन हो जाए.
They are trying to cut down travel basically just to conserve oil because it's going to be a shit show from now.
फ्यूल पे वो लोग सेव करें और कोई भी स्पेक्टेटर्स नहीं होंगे स्टेडियम्स में. उसके अलावा उन्होंने 4 डेज का जो वीक है वो भी अनाउंस कर दिया है. बांग्लादेश ने भी ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग अनाउंस कर दी है. वर्क फ्रॉम होम के मेजर्स की नोटिफिकेशन जारी हो चुकी है. तो पड़ोसी मुल्क जो है वो ऐसे मेजर्स ले रहे हैं जहां पर वो अपना फ्यूल कंजम्पशन जो है कम करें. थाईलैंड में भी कुछ इसी तरह के मेजर्स लिए जा रहे हैं. फिलीपींस में इस तरह के मेजर्स लिए जा रहे हैं.
वेरी ऑनेस्ट विथ यू, लॉस ऑफ ट्रैवल विथ कार्स and increasing dependence on social and public means of travel, I am all for.
रहे हैं. जिक्र आ रहा है कि जापान में, साउथ कोरिया में भी मेजर्स ऑलरेडी लिए जा रहे हैं कि फ्यूल कंजम्पशन कम हो जाए. ऑस्ट्रेलिया तक ये बात पहुंच चुकी है. यूएस में 5% जो है वो फ्लाइट्स कट डाउन होगी और बाकी फ्लाइट्स के जो प्राइसेस हैं वो इतने ज़्यादा हाई हो गए हैं कि लोग खुद ही नहीं ले रहे हैं नॉन एसेंशियल ट्रैवल के लिए फ्लाइट्स, एंड अपनी कार्स का यूज़ भी बहुत कम कर रहे हैं. यूरोप में भी सिमिलर मेजर्स ही उठाए जा रहे हैं.
Not yet. I don't know where she's getting the information. People keep thinking Europe is a monolith.
है, so be ready. एनर्जी लॉकडाउन इज अपॉन अस। सबसे बड़ा उसका इम्पैक्ट जो है आप अपने आसपास भी देख लीजिए, जो छोटे मोटे ठेले वाले होते थे आपकी सोसाइटीज के सामने, वो अब आपको कम नजर आ रहे होंगे। लेबर जो है वो भी कम नजर आ रही है। रेस्टोरेंट्स जो है वो धीरे धीरे करके या तो बंद हो रहे हैं या फिर अपने ऑपरेशन आवर्स जो है उनको कट डाउन कर रहे हैं। स्कूल्स भी बहुत जल्द अनाउंस कर देंगे ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग, और आईपीएल का जो सेकेंड लेग का स्केड्यूल,
I don't know. It's like just being Indian, I guess. Like anytime you have a conversation like this, IPL is at the forefront. You have to talk about IPL at some point of time. Jesus, it's just
आना था 12 अप्रैल के बाद वाला, वो अभी तक इशू नहीं हुआ है। देर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी कि उसमें भी कुछ ऐसे मेजर्स उठाए जाए कि ट्रैवल कट हो और एनर्जी कंजम्पशन कम किया जाए। एनर्जी लॉकडाउन में
see, energy lockdown happens. I mean, good for the environment, obviously. A lot of people are going to die. A lot of them are going to die. And it is mostly because of what India has been doing. India hasn't been focusing on actually developing relations with anyone else other than US Israel because of Modi. India hasn't been focused on being neutral, having a neutral stance in all of this, which it has historically been the case. Historically. Because of which no one is getting the oil. On top of this, with the depressing news that the war is still going on, the news that Israeli aggression keeps going on. Recently, Benjamin Netanyahu said like they are going to bomb Iran irrespective of anything, which is absolute bullshit. They should not be doing that. Like Bibi said that. Still wondering if that was actual video or not. Or was it just AI? But with America saying they're keep gonna be bombing Iran, even though for once it said like, oh, we are going to have a ceasefire, and then he's like, no, we are going to bomb more. Like, where is this? Where is this? Jesus. Jesus Maria. Where is this? Where is this? Fuck this. There you go. Pilot will begin strikes against Iran after being persuaded by Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Reuters reports. We are irrelevant in global scenario thanks to Trump's son Mowgli. Yes, we are irrelevant, but it is important for you and the people watching this to understand. We are absolutely irrelevant. There's no shit that you can do. But we need to understand that we need to be understanding of what is actually happening. That is why I cover this. It's covering this is absolutely pointless. We are not even relevant within our own backyard when it comes to China. Nothing is going to happen. They are going to shit on it. That is all. This is what they're doing. Like, we are literally a psyop in BRICS. Like, there are people in Kashmir that are donating gold their earrings, their savings and whatever to Iran. And here we are with our dear Prime Minister giving a blowjob to whoever is in support of US Israel. And so we go and support them. And then we support Israel. And then we support US again when it's not good for us. Like, where is this?
The tension between According to reports, countries like Egypt, Turkey, and even Pakistan are helping diffuse the tension between America and Iran. In fact, it seems that Pakistan is the new go-to as Trump's...
Okay, hold on. I need to be able to read that. While I was teaching people in university, I tried to explain them the idea of capital as a self-increasing value to no avail. Then I just made a simplification. Imagine that a bully has a lot of money. Imagine that everyone can buy anything, even state. So whoever has more money has more power. Then use the money so governments make a decision in your benefit. Then more money, more power. Yes, exactly. That is what I'm trying to teach here as well. Most of the time. That's what I was trying to say in the morning as well for a while. It's like we are extremely money centric right now. But, and at this point, like, forget even money. Money has no bearings in this scenario. This scenario is just about absolutely horrendous management of being, or of supposed to be neutral in this stance. Like, morality aside, India was always neutral. Always. Even though it was like best friends with Russia and best friends with Iran, in this conflict, historically it would have been neutral and being like, oh, let's just stop offenses overall. Not anymore. Now our prime minister is sucking dick. That is all.
Conflict and tension with Iran escalates. According to these reports, Egypt, Turkey, and Pakistan have had multiple rounds of talks with Witkoff, who is the US.
Now, like, okay, what she is trying to do is she's like, why isn't India there? There's a reason why India is not there. India is a psyop. First of all, no one trusts India to begin with.
US Special Envoy to the Middle East, and of course, Kushner, who's Trump's son-in-law. But where is India amidst this all? Why don't we have a seat at that high-stakes table? Or are we too busy promoting a propaganda movie like Dhurendhar or making reels with red laser eyes? To be a part of the conversations that truly matter, to be a part of the conversations that are reshaping the global order all around us. If this is not an abject failure and collapse of our foreign policy, then I wonder what is. And Mr. Modi, you will have to answer that why is India not a part of these conversations and a terror haven, a terror state like Pakistan is? Because this is truly unacceptable.
Anyway, so this is unacceptable for her maybe, but like she has to say it. She's a position right now. The point is like, India is geopolitically literally nowhere. Like, we can't even discuss terms within our own backyard right now. Lol. Yeah, I know exactly. Lol. Like, where is India? Like, geopolitically, we do not have the money, we do not have the military, we do not have the support to have a seat at the table. What are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? Like, that is what I don't like about like opposition parties in India. The issue there is that even when it comes to the opposition parties of India, it's literally like all of them are so focused on like just asking questions. Like, why is India not here? Why is India not there? Answer us. Create a movement. Do something on ground. And then talk to me about what do you want a movement to be. Without it, it's completely pointless. It utterly is pointless. Anyway, Jesus, this is like the second stream. So we are going to actually cut this short because it's the 2-hour thing. I know we didn't get to a lot of things. I'm sorry for that. But I have to take care of the house and then some more science. Faustin, Iran attacked Tel Aviv, lol. Yeah, no, I saw. That is good. But Iran has been attacking Tel Aviv for a very long time now. Anyway, forget all of that. I have to leave because I need to go back to and focus on some of the science. Faustin, if you're still here, text me because I think you wanted to DM me. So that is perfectly fine. Good night. Blaze, sleep. Thank God Pookie left. Everyone, also, I have to say, while I was working for a plant heavy industry, it was so hard to make a deal with Indian counterparts. Like, you have to make a deal and they try to always yes and ask for a discount. Even then they just yes, that is a prevalent ideology between the fucking idiots. They do not know how to deal with people. They just like, everyone is there to get the best deal possible. That is it. I have heard this from so many people, Rene. You have no idea. Everyone comes to me and like, I have met a lot of people in my life. Even in my short-ass life, I have met a lot of people who have tried to deal with Indians. And this was always the biggest complaint that they had. That whenever they tried to deal with Indians, whenever they tried to do anything with Indians, everything is just a fucking... Like, they always want more money, or they always want a discount, or they always be like, oh, let's bargain something. They don't understand that a lot of different places will only ask for just enough money as much as the value of the service. They will always try to rip you off even in the middle. That is the problem. Like in India, all the prices are overblown. I think that is why. Like if you are being like, oh, this person is like what's the word for it? Like if if they are like selling you something for like 20 grosh or 20s whatever, the actual price would be 5. So that is the thing that's where the bargaining comes in. But that is not the case with like when you're dealing with like northern Asians or like Europeans. Normal people get scammed in India every day because of these people in position and selling something. Yeah, I know. Yeah, true. See, dealing with Indians is you have to be very tactful with it. It is a problem, especially if you want to talk to fucking idiots. I don't want to be racist against Gujaratis. I don't want to be racist against Gujaratis. I'm not going to be racist against Gujaratis. It's not a trait. It is not a trait. It is not. This is just a trait of a very specific kind of people that are in India. Let's just say the class of people that are in trading. That is all. Good night. With that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be banned. So bye-bye before I make something of... I mean, the Russian plant just stopped trying to sell anything to India. They just started to go directly to corrupt politicians, giving them money to break in the... Yeah. But this brings up it's in a position that there is systematic corruption in India. There is systematic corruption every Indian class. That's the issue. Anyway, I really have to go now. I'll see you guys around Thursday, same time. Actually, bit before, and we'll go for a bit longer. Bye-bye.